Hi, hello, welcome to my channel. Today in this session we are going to see the 12th class biology chapter, that is the human reproductive system. So in the human reproductive system, male and female reproductive systems are there. We know that male reproductive system produces male gametes and female reproductive system produces female gametes. So means they help in the gametogenesis process, male gametes and female gametes. When the male and female gametes they fuse, fertilize and they produce the zygote, then zygote leads to formation of the baby, right? So young one. So finally, so like this, these reproductive systems help to produce the gametes and to continue their race on this planet. So here, let us try to understand the male reproductive system first. In the male reproductive system, this male reproductive system consists what? Male reproductive system consists one pair of testes. These oval shaped structures are called what? Testes. And these oval shaped structures generally open into one tube-like structure. Okay, one tube-like structure which is called epididymis. One coiled tube-like structure which is called epididymis. This epididymis opens into another tube-like structure. Okay, long tube-like structure called what? Called vas deferens. Okay, testis, generally one pair of testes are there, oval shaped. Each testis opens into coiled tube-like structure called epididymis. Means one pair of epididymis are there. These epididymis open into one long tube-like structure. So this is called vas deferens. One pair of vas deferences are there, and as well as one pair of additional glands are also there in the male reproductive system. There are one pair of seminal vesicles. These pouch-like structures are called what? Seminal vesicles. And look at this. Here one gland we can observe. This gland is called prostate gland, which surrounds the urinary tract. Okay, urinary canal is surrounded by your prostate gland, and just below the prostate gland we can observe bulbourethral glands. Bulbourethral glands are also called, one pair of bulbourethral glands are there. These bulbourethral glands are also called Cowper's glands. Okay, right. So now this urinary tract is there, and as well as one penis is also present. So these are the parts of the male reproductive system, right? Let us try to understand the first structure of the testis, where these testes are arranged. Generally, one pair of testes are there. We know that these testes are arranged in the scrotum. Okay, the scrotum is present outside the abdominal cavity in the males. So why these testes are present outside the abdominal cavity? Why? Because generally our body temperature is that 37 degrees, you know, right? 37 degrees Celsius. So in this temperature, 37 degrees temperature, our body, our reproductive system cannot produce sperm cells. So it requires 2 to 2.5 degrees less temperature than the body temperature. What is our body temperature? 37 degrees. So less than means nearly 34.5 to 35 degrees temperature it requires to produce what? To produce sperm cells. So then only these reproductive structures, means testis, can produce the sperm cells. Otherwise they cannot produce the sperm cells. So that is why they are arranged outside the abdominal cavity in the scrotum. Okay, scrotum is a one pouch like small bag like structure, okay, which accommodates the testis. Okay, in this testis there are 250 small chambers are there, lobules are there. Okay, 250 approximately 250 lobules are there. These are called, these lobules are called what? Testicular lobules. Okay, these lobules are called testicular lobules. So these testicular lobules, in the each lobe, okay, in the each lobe, in each lobe there are 2 to 3 tubes like structures are there, small tubes like structures are there, which are called seminiferous tubules. These are called what? Seminiferous tubules. So like this, testis, when we section the testis, so here we can observe the 250 small lobes like structures. These lobes like structures are called testicular lobules. In each testicular lobule 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are there. 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are arranged, small tube like structures are arranged in the each lobule. Okay, these seminiferous tubules are the important structures which can produce the sperm cells, Generally this testis, each testis is covered by each testis is covered by tunica albuginea. Okay, tunica albuginea one layer, and this tunica albuginea layer folds inwardly and forms such type of lobules like structures because of the tunica albuginea structure. So because of the tunica albuginea inward movement, so inward formation of the septum like structures, so what happened here, lobules are formed. Okay, lobules are formed because of the inward movement of the tunica albuginea. Okay, so like this, lobules are formed in each lobe. In each lobule, 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are there. Okay, what are there? 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are there. These seminiferous tubules generally produce the sperm cells. Sperm cells are produced in the seminiferous tubules only. What are present in the seminiferous tubules? Let us try to understand. Okay. First, let us try to the sectional view of the testis. Then we can understand the seminiferous tubules section, right? So look at this. In this testis view, section of testis view, you can observe very clearly seminiferous tubules. Okay, these are the highly coiled seminiferous tubules are there. Highly coiled seminiferous tubules we can observe. So this is the epididymis. Okay, this is the epididymis. This epididymis is opening into vas deferens, right? These seminiferous tubules generally 2 to 3 are present in the each testicular lobule, we know that, right? So here testis is covered by one layer, I said, that is the tunica albuginea, you can observe here. So this epididymis also divided into mainly 3 parts. What are they? One is the, look at this, caput of epididymis. This is the caput of epididymis, and next one is the body of epididymis, and this tail part of the epididymis is the chorda of epididymis. Like that, epididymis is divided into 3 parts. Okay, now these seminiferous tubules, look at these seminiferous tubules. What I said, seminiferous tubules generally they produce the sperm cells, right? These sperm cells are open into small tubes like structures. Look at this, each seminiferous tubule is joining into tubes. Okay, all these tubes are opening into epididymis only. These tubules like network, this network of tubules is called what? This is called a rete testis. Okay, what is this? Rete testis. This rete testis open into where? Into the epididymis. Okay, this epididymis opens into vas deferens. Then vas deferens carry the sperm cells to urinogenital tract, and urinogenital tract to the penis. So it goes outside. So this process occurs in the sperm cells production and the passage of the sperm cells. So this is the sectional view of the testis. Now let us try to understand the seminiferous tubules, okay, lobule, testicular lobule section, and how the seminiferous tubules are arranged, and what type of cells are present in the seminiferous tubules. Now let us see the section of the seminiferous tubule. In this section of the seminiferous tubule, so let us try to understand what type of cells are present. So here, if we observe this, look at this, this is one section of the one seminiferous tubule. Here we can observe some specialized cells called spermatogonia cells, and some cells are present in the middle of these cells. These are called serotoli cells. Okay, spermatogonia cells are there and serotoli cells are there, right? These spermatogonia cells are the very important cells which they produce the sperm cells. These spermatogonian cells, they undergo the meiotic cell division process. They start the meiotic cell division process and they form the spermatids. Then spermatids finally they mature into spermatozoa. Okay, when they mature into spermatozoa, they come and get the nutrition from the serotoli cells. Means these serotoli cells they provide the nutrition to the sperm cells. Spermatogonium cells can produce the sperm cells. These sperm cells they come to the serotoli cells and they keep their head. Look at this diagram. They keep their head. These are the sperm cells. Okay, these are the sperm cells. These sperm cells they keep their head in the serotoli cell and they get the nutrition and they release into the lumen and they come out to the through the rete testis to epididymis to vas deferens, then vas deferens to through the urinary tract they come out. So this is the sectional view of the seminiferous tubule and how the sperm cells are produced inside the seminiferous tubule. And if you observe, this is one seminiferous tubule, this is another seminiferous tubule, this is another seminiferous tubule, this is another seminiferous tubule. Between the seminiferous tubules we can observe some specialized cells are there, right? So these cells are called Leydig cells. Okay, which cells? Leydig cells. These Leydig cells, they produce the androgens. Androgens means what? Testosterone, like the main hormone, testosterone like hormones. Okay, male hormones are produced, androgens are produced from the Leydig cells only. Here you have to remember very important points. What are the very important points? Spermatogoniums, they undergo the meiotic process to produce the sperm cells. Okay, first primary spermatocytes, then secondary spermatocytes, they undergo the maturation, then finally spermatozoa will be produced, then spermatozoa, okay, then they develop like completely sperm cells, right? So and another thing is that you have to remember here, serotoli cells, which cells they provide the nutrition to the spermatozoa cells. Serotoli cells, they provide the nutrition to the serotoli sperm cells, spermatozoa cells. And what is the function of the Leydig cells? Leydig cells, they produce what? Leydig cells, they produce androgens like male hormones, testosterone, mainly testosterone like hormone is produced from the Leydig cells only. This you have to remember for your NEET examination. Okay, pattern for NEET examination. Okay, right. This is about the seminiferous tubule section.